Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we break down those dry corporate filings and find the juicy secrets hidden within them like a treasure map for your investments. Today we are diving into NKGen Biotech Inc.'s latest report. NKGen Biotech has just filed an 8K report that details some significant financial dealings, and let me tell you, it's quite a read. We are going to sift through this and figure out what it really means for the company and for anyone watching its stock. Make sure you are subscribed and join our Discord linked in the description below to keep these decoded insights coming. This filing is all about a key financial update. NKGen Biotech Incorporated and its subsidiary NKGen Operating Biotech Incorporated, who we'll just call the borrowers from now on, made a pretty important move on the 20th of February 2026. They signed a fourth amendment to a secured promissory note. Think of a promissory note as a formal IOU, a promise to pay back money they borrowed. This one is with Alpenebroek Capital GPI Limited, and it's been amended several times already, showing that this is an ongoing financial relationship with adjustments along the way. So what's the big deal with this fourth amendment? Basically, the lenders agreed to give the company an extra $343,000. This is being called the fifth additional new loan, which means this isn't the first time they've received additional money under this note. This increase pushes the total amount the company owes under this note up to a whopping $27,106. They also clarified that any interest on this new chunk of money starts adding up from the 20th of February 2026, the very day they received it. It's important to understand what NKGen Biotech actually does. They are involved in biotechnology. We see common stock and warrants mentioned here. Common stock represents ownership in the company, and warrants are like options that give the holder the right to buy stock at a specific price in the future. In this case, the warrants are for shares of their common stock and can be exercised at $11.5 per share. Their stock is traded on the OTC expert market under the ticker NKGN, and the warrants under NKGNW. This part just confirms what kind of securities the company has registered for trading on the exchange. We've got their common stock, which has a very small par value of $0.0001 per share, and those warrants we just talked about. Both are available for trading on the OTC expert market. NKGen Biotech has checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This is a designation for companies with less than a certain amount of annual gross revenue, and it allows them to have some flexibility in financial reporting requirements, which can make it easier and cheaper for them to go public and raise money. This section, the heart of the report, details the material definitive agreement they entered into. It is just restating the fact that they amended this specific promissory note. These amendments often happen when a company needs more cash, or when circumstances change the terms of the original loan agreement. The fact that there have been 4 amendments suggests that the borrowing relationship is dynamic, and the company likely relies on this funding. This section basically says that the financial obligation we discussed in item 1.01 is now officially recorded. It's a direct financial commitment the company has taken on. They borrowed money, and this is the official report of that borrowing. It is essentially a formal acknowledgement of the debt. Scroll exhibit number description 10.1 amendment number. For to secured promissory note issued to the Alpenebroek Capital GPI Limited, dated the 20th of February 2026, Pime and Scroll. And here we have the exhibits. The most important one is exhibit 10.1, which is the actual fourth amendment to the secured promissory note. This is the document that contains all the legal nitty-gritty details of this loan. We also have the cover page interactive data file, which is standard for electronic filings. NKGen Biotech, Inc. date, the 26th of February 2026 per S per Pascal ULY, song name. Paul Y, song title. Chief Executive Officer scroll finally. We have the signatures, Paul Y song. The Chief Executive Officer has signed off on this report, confirming that the information is accurate to the best of his knowledge. This is standard procedure for these filings, making sure leadership takes responsibility for the disclosed information. So what's the story here? NKGen Biotech is actively managing its finances, likely raising capital to fund its operations and growth. The repeated amendments to this promissory note with Alpenebroek Capital suggest a strong, albeit evolving, lender-borrower relationship. The company is essentially relying on this debt financing to keep things going. Increasing the debt load to over $27 million shows that they are likely investing in research and development or expanding their business, but it also means a growing interest burden and a need for future repayment. For investors, this means the company is in a growth phase that requires significant funding, and the success of that growth will ultimately determine their ability to manage this debt. We need to keep an eye on their revenue and profitability to see if they can outpace their debt obligations. It signals ambition, but also, of course, risk. That is our breakdown of NKGen Biotech's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think this debt is a smart move for growth or a risky gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to check out our Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.